This FM 104.3. Good to meet Atik.
I can't watch them no. I feel a bit scandalized on the comment he made about Ian Forrest. No. Chairman, you are the president. All the executive powers are vested in you. And you even said, say, at the risk of your presidency, say Ian Forrest. No. Which means the president has failed in that regard. And Chairman, for the life of me dream one in tears here, say the fight against Galamsey, we have lost it. How is that possible? Chairman, we have every and anything it takes to win our fight. Now, so me dream one in tears here, because we are pretending to be fighting Galamsey when indeed we are not doing anything. We know the sources of Galamsey. And if the president really and truly is committed to fighting Sahadi, from public officials to party executives, every Obia A to B. And we know what needs to be done. Oh, and say and publicly we keep lamenting. I feel the president has let us down. Because too many if the president says, look, I want to clean up Young Forest in a matter of 1 week, Chairman, trust me, obey me. Soldiers were police were like all that you need.
Coercive force. And
digitalization and the use of digital and modern technologies. Chairman, drones were away. If we can say the drones cry Edin Droa Concrasia, what stops us from using drones to monitor the forest? And to make sure that there's a central point. Our drones, whatever feeds are free drones, urban would go into a central point to be to how monitor we're creating so that the very minute activity be a say kosu start here, you alert the men on the ground. Now immediately Omako. Chairman, how come China is able to do it? Na
because you're a legend.
I like that. And I mean, listening to Anna, I felt a bit scandalized. Say, if the president himself are over to me, at least to me in the sense Ghana to me in him.
Of course.
If he's expressing this kind of despair, Chairman, the right, I keep saying that the right to lament is exclusively ours. The president and everybody else in government, they have no such right to. No. That right is exclusive to only Ghana for year to Abama. This is to action. Ye kabi bi has a man I lament you on Bibia, no more for whom. No, I can say they take action on it. My bibia for home. But ye lamentino no so lamentia, and yadia Eddie Mekwa. But he spoke about also some of the things are especially salt. I think we need to invest a lot more in that sector. No, idea cranshe says this year Ghana 4 are going to produce salt in commercial quantities. Eddie Ebikra Ekwamanoni. Mekai there were some issues. I don't know how well they've resolved those issues. But I think those issues need to be resolved. And I have the faith the company that is working in that area, Electrochem would take the concerns of the community very seriously. Chairman, I understand resistance there. Anytime there is exploitation of any natural resource, locals, especially if they were doing the exploitation on artisanal basis. Now, Uber is a big entity. There would always be, resistance.
Yeah.
But it is up to you, the company, to also recognize and take the requisite and relevant steps to make sure you with Juma to serve Ghana, and at the same time also Amma community you are not coming to displace us from a Jumana Kakrana na. And Chairman, there's one thing people have not vetted their minds to. Chairman, it's not just salt.
Nadia.
Okay, yeah, lithium
Yeah.
What do you say? Lithium comes in two forms: rock lithium and brine lithium.
I see.
Brine lithium comes from salt, and there are huge deposits of lithium in that area. And it is a honum no beyond salt no. And even near our years away muka away na muka
Awaya.
Near honum no. It is far less in comparison to Niebenya from Sa Adan honum no. Uko Chile, any Argentina. Omomuni rock lithium, brine lithium kwa. Enti yene company no. We need to government needs to have an interest in our company no.
And it should go beyond rhetoric.
It should go beyond rhetoric. Like I said, Jamboree na ye kind of a brofa kesi na. Government must have a special interest. And the BIA as you call Nigeria, Dangote was propped up. It was not like Abai Edisika Bejan Zeji, but government created the enabling environment for Dangote and his business to thrive. Yeah. That is the kind of interest I want our government to show in the salt industry. Say, Obia is capital intensive. German production, anything that is manufacturing or production, capital intensive. Abai must create some environment for the company to be able to thrive. And it might even encourage a lot more other Ghanaians to say, Misumi di mikakra ko shahanum na. The environment the government has created, no, I can thrive. Because, like I said, lithium is the future. Salt, only God knows the kinds of things are. Yeah, this salt, bebre kwa. And Yankupon ashrayen. We can, take advantage of our resources and even become a major exporter of salt. Government must move beyond the rhetoric. Provide that environment Ghana for to grow their businesses and become competitive globally. Now,
right.
About consensus on culture. Chairman, I just felt it was a politically correct way of saying LGBT media. Anyway,
na
FM 104.3. Good to meet